Guys, it's here. The official trailer for Doom Patrol Season 3 was just dropped. And of course, a few weeks ago, we got the Doom Patrol Season 3 teaser trailer. And that teaser trailer was already really weird and crazy and confusing. And this full trailer might be even more weird, but that's how Doom Patrol does things. And with this trailer, we do get some cool, interesting tidbits about what's going on with the story. There's some crazy characters to pop up here, so we're gonna go ahead and break it all down and more. And also check out this cool new poster that was released as well. Looking pretty cool here. Again, very weird, but that is Doom Patrol style, and I love it. Like, it literally works so well with the show, and I'm so glad that we're finally coming back. Again, the new season is streaming September 23rd. Not that far away, but I'm definitely excited to see what this season holds in store. And ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and get into this. So first of all, something that a lot of trailers have been doing lately is do like a quick montage at the beginning of the trailer, so like if it's playing as an ad on YouTube to make people not want to skip it. So we get that here in this trailer. It does actually show a few shots that I don't think are featured in the rest of the trailer that I just want to talk about. Like this one here, this looks like a very interesting scene because you've got Rita and Jane and everything, but you've got Larry without the bandages, you've got Cliff as a human. So this could be taking place in the first episode, which we know is going to follow up after the finale of season 2, where supposedly everybody died and they were taken over by the wax of the Candlemakers. So I have a feeling they're going to go through an almost afterlife state and just go on some sort of crazy adventure that will bring them back to the land of the living by the end of it and wrap up that season 2 storyline with the Candlemaker and all that good stuff. Actually, speaking of that, Candlemaker and Dorothy, we saw Dorothy briefly in the teaser, but I don't think we saw her at all in this trailer, so doesn't look like she's going to be having a very big role in this season. Same goes for the Chief. The Chief actually is not in this season at all. I actually did a video on that about a month or so ago. So yeah, the Chief is not going to be here either way. So that's going to be pretty crazy. But we also get this crazy shot of Larry with the negative spirit, and he is flying again without the bandages. So this could be part of that scene from the first episode where they are in the afterlife, or maybe at some point in the season he actually will come to terms with the negative spirit and be able to control it and control the radiation so that he doesn't have to wear the bandages anymore. I think that would be pretty cool and a nice progression for the character, but then again, it could be in the whole afterlife dream state type thing that we have going on at the beginning of the season. And of course, it goes Doom Patrol official trailer, and we get into the full trailer for Doom Patrol Season 3. And again, warning, it gets weird. There's some weird stuff going on here. Like, for example, we start this off with a time machine, kind of, which is also like a drill. It's like the weirdest time machine I've ever seen, because again, it's like a drill coming up out of the ground, but apparently it is a time machine. And this is the arrival of Madame Rouge, who's going to be played by Michelle Gomez. Madame Rouge is a classic Doom Patrol villain from the comics, but she has a split personality. So sometimes she's evil, sometimes she's good. She has connections to the Brotherhood of Evil, which we saw featured in this trailer. So I'm definitely going to be interested to see the type of role she plays in this season, because clearly it's a big one, because she even got a spot on the poster. So I'm definitely excited to see more of her in this season. And again, like, everybody is just as weirded out, like, who are you? And she actually has no idea who she is either. In the interview or report or whatever it was for Doom Patrol in Entertainment Weekly, they mentioned that Madame Rouge forgot everything. She doesn't know why she's here. She's lost her memory. But then she does actually eventually reveal that maybe as she's gotten more of her memories back, that she is here because, again, she came from time travel, and something very bad and something very big is set to occur, and it needs to be stopped. So she is here to get the Doom Patrol's help to stop this big event. Now, what could this big event be? Well, there's a lot of big events that looks like are going to be happening in the season, because, again, you have this giant time machine now that, just imagine the Doom Patrol with time travel. They're going to get into some crazy mischief. I mean, you have Rita right here in the time machine. So who knows what she's doing, where she's going. Maybe she's going back in time. Maybe she'll try to reverse everything that happened to her. I don't really know for sure. But again, here goes that weirdness. Max Original, this looks like the outside of the time machine. You've literally got a dog floating out there in the time stream. And I think like somebody's legs are poking through. So that's pretty crazy. And then again, another shot of Madame Rouge as well, so looking pretty cool there. And then Rita introduces us to the Brotherhood of Evil, and I don't see if, like, it's kind of hard to see what it says on the boards here. It says Rita's master plan. Can't really read the rest. On the second one, it says keys to success. I can't read that, but at this point in the trailer, she is talking about the Brotherhood of Evil, which we know is going to be at least one of the main parts of this season. Again, Brotherhood of Evil being a big part of the Doom Patrol lore in the comics. So, wow, we got Monsieur Mala, who we saw in the in the teaser trailer, and we actually hear him speak here. So yes, he is a giant talking French gorilla, and he is working with the Brain, aka Ultimax, and there's even been points in the comics where they actually have a romantic relationship, and well, with how weird Doom Patrol gets, I would not at all be surprised if they have this giant French monkey in love with this Brain in a robot body. So we get to hear their voices for the first time. Really cool, sounds pretty interesting, and they are, at least I think, the big bads of this season, which I am so excited to see, because of course we did see the Brain, or at least his capsule, back in season 1 in that episode with Mento in the original Doom Patrol. So then we also get introduced to this character here, who in the comics is another Doom Patrol villain known as Gargo. He's the green guy here on the right. The pink guy on the left, I'm not exactly sure who that is. I did a little research on some Doom Patrol villains, and I couldn't see any villains that would line up with, so I'm just going to assume that that's probably just Gargo's henchman or something, because you never see him in this trailer not alongside Gargo. So I'm just assuming that's what he is and what role he plays, but looks like these are going to be members of the Brotherhood of Evil as well, so I'm definitely excited to see them. A lot of people in the last trailer were saying that Gargo actually looked like Brainiac, and yeah, he does kind of look like Brainiac, especially in the last trailer when he had some purple, I think. But he is Gargo, and we get this great shot here of Gargo sitting at a table with probably a bunch of rich, powerful people. You've got that pink guy standing there, almost like the waiter, so again, making me think that he is like the henchman of Gargo. Yeah, so definitely going to be a big player in this season as well. Then we've just got this crazy shot of Cliff and Rita and Jane. They're just dancing, having a good old time. There's that pink guy. It looks like he's got this giant ray gun. And then we get to flip on over to another part of the season where actually, first of all, Larry's like, weren't the Brotherhood of Evil defeated? And yes, they were, again, referencing back to the original Doom Patrol. But then Madame Rouge brings up why she is here. The Sisterhood of Dada, who in the comics is the Brotherhood of Dada, but they've gender bent the team and the group for this show, which I don't think is really a big deal. We get a couple of shots here of some various Sisterhood of Dada members, like her, there, and there. This seems to be the main member of the Sisterhood of Dada, based off, she has the most appearances in the trailer. And I love this part. This was really funny here. Rita's like, alright, so you want us to just, corral these Sisterhood of Dada members? And then Madame Rouge is like, well, actually, I'd like you to kill them. And they're like, what? We're not the kind of people that kill people. So, that was a pretty funny moment in the trailer. But then we get into another segment of the season, because we're tackling a lot in Doom Patrol Season 3, where Cliff says, we got our own crap to deal with. And again, because these other things that we've been talking about in the trailer so far, like the Brotherhood of Evil and the Sisterhood of Dada, those are new villains being introduced in this season, new storylines that are being formed. But as Cliff mentions in the season, this was really like the perfect transition into it for this trailer, is that like we've still got to continue the main storylines of each of our individual characters. And we get little glimpses of that with each of our characters. Like we get to see Jane here, looks like she's in the underground on the train. She's got a bunch of puzzle pieces that of course is relating to, I think, Miranda and the whole craziness that was revealed at the end of the season with her father. And wow, I honestly need to go back and rewatch season 2, or at least the last couple episodes, because things got crazy there. Then we've also got a nice shot of Silas Stone, of course, Vic's father. Nice to see him back. A great actor, by the way. He's been in a lot. He actually played Martian Manhunter on Smallville. But yeah, so he's back as Silas Stone. He's having a conversation with Vic, and something is going on with him. You see that his eye and his almost arc reactor thing is turning blue, so I'm not sure what exactly this is, whether he's being mind controlled or if his relationship with Grid is just not going right. I'm not completely sure what's going on here, but it's definitely interesting to see how this is going to go. And wow, you've got literally this bucket full of what looks like blood and maybe a bunch of pills and drugs and stuff, and he says something about, so something's wrong with my brain. Of course, Cliff's brain is really like the only thing left of his human body. And we get this great shot here. Again, looks like he's taking some pills, and something is clearly wrong with Cliff, and sounds like he may be dying, because again, his brain, I think, as far as I'm aware and as far as I remember, is like the only part of his human body left. That's kind of what's controlling this whole robot body. So if his brain goes, then he all goes. So that's definitely going to be a problem for this character in this season. And then also something interesting is we get zombies. Rita, Cliff, and Jane, they're all of a sudden turned into zombies, and they're like, brains. And okay, so not sure how that's going to happen, but again, it's a weird show. And we've got Willoughby Kipling, again, making his return. Basically the John Constantine of this show. Looks like he's battling the zombies, although could be taken from a clip of a different episode or something. A unicorn shows up because, again, weird show. Not honestly, when I was watching the trailer, unicorn showed up. You'd think you'd be surprised by that. Well, with Doom Patrol, I'm honestly surprised they're not doing a unicorn until season 3. But they're finally happening. It's finally happening. They did the donkey in season 1, so now we got the unicorn, and I'm not sure what this unicorn has to do with the season and like how it's going to play into things, but again, it's a weird show. Things are going to get weird, and I love it. And then we get some cool flashes of various characters, which again I think relates back to what I was talking about earlier with the Candlemaker thing and them being in this almost afterlife, where they say in this trailer that like we've been here before, we've got all these cuts and scrapes and bruises and all this stuff, and this is what looks like Vic maybe when he first had the accident that ended up killing his mother and ended up getting his body so brutally destroyed, basically. And this could possibly be the surgery that turned him into Cyborg, gave him all the robotic parts. We see Rita is just looks like she's maybe even wearing the beekeeper outfit that we saw her wear in season 2. I don't know for sure. That's just kind of a quick thought based off the way it looks. But her face is falling apart. She's not in control of her powers. You've also got a guy dressed up as a donkey, because why not? And then Jane has the rope here, the rope that of course is used to hang people. Something weird is going on with her eyes, so I'm not sure if this is supposed to be Miranda, again, possibly. I don't know for sure, but then we get to see Larry, once again, not with the bandages, not with the whole burnt up radioactive face. And then we get a zoom out of it, and we actually have what looks like a conversation going on between Larry and also Larry, but the all scarred up version of Larry. So this is weird, but again, this whole show is weird. Just like there's some sort of cosmic background. I'm not sure what is going on here, but I feel like this is going to be a really important thing for these characters we see also here with Cliff, is that they're going to be able to talk with themselves and get to see this conversation between Larry and the negative spirit, so that they can really come to terms, because it's not like the negative spirit is ever leaving Larry's body. They're sticking together for life now, so they really need to get used to each other's company and really become friends, I guess you could say. And then, like I said, you get to see the same thing here with Cliff. Always great to see Brendan Fraser here on screen talking to Robot Man. So again, these are going to be some really interesting conversations to see just the conversation and what they think about each other, because they are the same person, but it's kind of like before and after effect, which is really interesting, and I'm really excited to see that in the season, which again I think relates back to the whole afterlife thing in the beginning of the season, following up after Candlemaker. Then we get this interesting shot of Larry back in the bandages. He's got a cool Hawaiian looking outfit. I'm not exactly sure what's going on here. You've got Vic in the background. Looks like a bus. That could possibly be the bus that we saw in the first couple episodes of the first season. Maybe. I'm not sure who's on the ground there. I really can't tell. Maybe it's Jane. Maybe it's I forgot her name, but Vic's girlfriend from last season. I've almost completely forgot about her. We haven't seen her in any promotional material. I don't even know if she's returning, but maybe that's her. Again, I don't really know for sure, but we'll kind of have to wait and see. The Emmy nominated series is back. Things are getting weird here in the scene. You got like Cliff and Larry with like a chainsaw and everything to kick some ass, and literally because you have the butts are back. The return of the butts from the first season, and with they're so crazy but so awesome at the same time. That's something we also saw in the teaser trailer as well. And then we get something also very similar to the teaser trailer with how that ended with like some cool, crazy, weird graphics. You've got Cyborg, which may relate back to, again, the flashback-ish episode of them talking with their former selves. You've got a great shot of Larry, which looks like is phasing in between the negative spirit and humans. So that's, again, relating back to, I think that they're going to kind of more so blur the line between the two versions of Larry and Negative Man in the season, which I'm really excited to see. He's one of my favorite characters. Then you got Cliff just having a great time here. He's just partying. Then you've got what I believe is Madame Rouge with fire all around her, and it does say Piffle Paffle. This was a big thing in the teaser trailer where like everybody just kept randomly saying Piffle Paffle, and like, what does Piffle Paffle mean? And we still don't know, but this is, I think, what is the Sisterhood of Dada logo. So I'm assuming that this is maybe a message sent by the Sisterhood of Dada to Madame Rouge, because again, that's the whole reason she's here at Doom Manor, is because of the Sisterhood of Dada. And then you've got just this great, crazy visual weirdness going on here. And then it flashes the logo, Doom Patrol Season 3, streaming September 23rd, I think it was. And then, of course, you get that great cliffhanger at the end of the trailer after that, where you've got this bike that is riding along. Nobody's driving it, but you've got what sounds like a little boy maybe singing or something like that. And you've got Cliff just saying like, I am so high. And yeah, that is something so we would realistically say in this situation. But what's going on here? I think this is the Dead Boy Detectives. Now, I don't really know much about these characters, but I do remember seeing a casting report a couple months ago about the Dead Boy Detectives being featured in this season. And they are, well, as you can tell by their names, boys that are dead, so ghosts, and they're detectives. So it makes sense that this would be one of the Dead Boy Detectives just riding along on his bike. And Cliff is very, very concerned about this, and that's why he says, I am so high. And honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if he actually was as well, because he gets